morning, everybody. I hope everybody can hear me. My name is Mrs. Buckner, and today I will be sharing a performance of Berets 1 and 2 from the Bach Third Cello Suite, arranged for viola. I'm a violist. And this piece was most likely written between 1717 and 1723. The piece is unaccompanied, which means that there is no piano accompaniment. It's just going to be me playing. And these cello suites are based on Baroque dance types. So like I had said, this is the first and second beret of the third cello suite. So we can go ahead and play that performance. So that was my performance of Bach Cello Suite number 3, Berets 1 and 2. So for the rest of the session, I would just like to kind of give you a snapshot of sort of how I got here, how I became a music teacher, and where I started. So we're going to start way back from when I was a little kid. My first musical memory was singing songs with my dad on the swings. We used to sing Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, and all these other kind of old songs together. And then as I grew up, I had a little electric keyboard that I used to plunk on. And one day my mom saw me trying to play Deck the Halls on my keyboard. And she said, oh, well, we need to get you signed up for piano lessons. So then I had a wonderful piano teacher. Her name was Lydia, and her family was Polish. She spoke English and Polish, which I always thought was sort of cool. And I took piano lessons with Lydia until I was a junior in high school. She had a student recital every year, and we played for our families. I also participated in the Milwaukee Area Piano Teachers Association auditions. So for these auditions, I had to memorize 3 songs. I would earn points based on how well I did on each song. And so the highest amount of points would be 15 points, 5 for each song. And then you would win a trophy once you got to a certain amount of points. So I ended up earning 4 trophies from NAPTA. And then as I got a little older, in 4th grade, Mr. Tresp, who was the high school orchestra director for Cudahy, I grew up in Cudahy. He had the high schoolers come, and they would play a concert for the elementary schoolers to kind of get us to come and play in the orchestra. So it's sort of a little like a recruitment concert. And I was allowed to pick from violin, viola, cello, or bass. Originally, I had picked cello, but my parents told me that it was too big for me. And then my aunt had said, oh, you really should play viola because you get a lot of opportunities when you play the viola. And she was right. I did get a lot of opportunities from being a viola player. When we were in elementary, we got to play a bunch of concerts on the high school stage. I remember Mr. Trusp had this metronome he called his drum machine. And so he would play the drum machine on stage with us while we played our little Jingle Bells or Jolly Old St. Nicholas, our little pieces. And then once I started playing viola, I also got a private viola teacher. His name was Stephen Friedenberg. And he was one of the best teachers I've ever had, honestly. Unfortunately, he passed away in December, but he was so amazing. So during my time with him, I was able to join the Milwaukee Youth Symphony Orchestra, which is a group of kids from all over the southeastern Wisconsin area. And there's different orchestras that you can be in, different ensembles and things. And I was auditioning, and I got into String Orchestra South in 6th grade. And our venue was the Marcus Center for the Arts downtown. So that's the same place where the MSO, the Milwaukee Symphony, was playing until they got they're working on getting their new building now. We also did some school tours. We went around Milwaukee, and we played for different schools like the Middle School of the Arts and other schools like that. And then in my senior year, I was in the highest level of the orchestra, the Senior Symphony. And we got to play so many wonderful, wonderful pieces. Big works by Beethoven, by Tchaikovsky, even by John Williams. And actually, my teacher, Mr. Friedenberg, and we ended up playing in the Beloit Symphony and the Turtle Creek Chamber Orchestra together when we were adults. So we became really good friends. Middle school, I kept playing viola, and I ended up joining the chorus, so the choir. And we took a trip to the Mall of America to sing and to play. The orchestra came to. And we also got to ride the roller coaster, which was really fun. And I know that they still have a bunch of rides and things there now. I also joined the SSA choir, soprano, soprano, alto. So that's all girls. And we performed there too. I also participated in the musicals in middle school. The first one was called DuckTales and Bobby Socks. And I think I wore a poodle skirt. It was really fun. And then And then the next one in 8th grade was the Magical Red Sneaks. And I don't know, it was kind of based on Hans Christian Andersen, the Red Shoes. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of that, but I played a grandmother. So that was really fun. I was one of the starring roles, and we had a lot of fun. Also in middle school, I started taking voice lessons with my teacher, Julie. And in 8th grade, I earned the chorus award. So the best chorus award. In high school, I still played orchestra, and we actually got to go to Europe with the orchestra. So my freshman year, my mother, my grandmother, and I went to Europe. We went to Austria, Vienna, Salzburg, and Innsbruck. And we went to Neuschwanstein, which is this big, huge castle. And actually, I've heard that the Disney castle, the one in Disney World, is kind of based on this castle. So look it up if you get a chance. It's really cool. We also went to the salt mine in Salzburg. We had to wear these white outfits, and we got to slide down these slides. It was so fun. And we did play when we went to Germany. We played for a couple of retirement homes. And when we were in Munich, we saw the Glockenspiel, which is this giant clock, and there's all these moving parts. And also, I met my husband on this trip. We met on the bus during the trip, and I mean, obviously, I didn't know he was going to be my husband then, but we did end up getting married about 10 years ago. Junior year, I went back to Europe. We went to Austria, Germany, and France. We got to ride a boat on the Rhine River. We took a little boat tour. That was super fun. I visited a musical instrument shop, and I always tell this story to my students, but we talk about the scroll on the top of the violin, and it's kind of got that curly Q shape. We saw some with a lion head shape, and we saw one with a woman head shape. And I'll always remember that. I just thought that was so cool. And then we stayed overnight in the Alps in Liechtenstein, just this tiny little baby country. And I remember waking up in the morning, and there was a mountain outside of my window. It was so, so amazing. I'll never forget that. I continued to sing in the choir in high school. I was in vocal jazz and madrigal, and I was in the Sound of Music freshman year. I was a nun. And then for the other musicals in high school, I played in the pit for Godspell and for Fiddler on the Roof. So Godspell, I played piano. Fiddler on the Roof, I played viola. And that was my favorite, Fiddler on the Roof. That was my senior year. I also participated in WSMA, which some of you might already know what that is, but it's the school contest, and you can earn medals. And also I was a member of Tri-M, which is a music honors society. And we got to go see the Blue Man Group in Chicago when I did that. In college, I attended UW-Milwaukee, go Panthers, from 2005 to 2010, and I earned a Bachelor of Arts in Music Education. I am certified vocal, instrumental, and general music. I played in the UWM Symphony Orchestra. This is where I made some amazing friends. Music really does bring people together, and these friends that I made in college, they're still my friends today. We got to play Shostakovich, Tchaikovsky, Rimsky-Korsakov. I guess my director had a fondness for Russian composers, and I don't blame her. I took lessons from Mr. Louis Rossoff. He was the assistant principal of the Milwaukee Symphony for a long time. He's retired now, but he was amazing violist. I sang in the women's chorus and the concert chorale. In concert chorale, we got to do a tour in Chicago. We saw some high school choirs sing, and we got to sing in a church. And we also did concerts at college in the winter and in the spring. I got to sing a solo at the Viennese Ball. We had this fundraiser every year, and it was just this huge ball. And I remember the orchestra playing waltzes for people to dance to, and there were all these auctions and things. I took voice lessons from Bill Avonis and Kurt Ullman, and I don't know if they're still there, but I have a feeling they might be. And then I had a senior voice recital with my friend Andrew, who is also a music teacher now. And I had a short viola recital. So after all that, I had a student teach, because when you major in music education, you have to spend a semester student teaching. So I started at the Middle School of the Arts in downtown Milwaukee. I taught choir and general music. And then my second stint was at Shorewood High School, and I helped with the high school orchestra. And for both, I got to conduct some of the pieces in their concert. And this was a really good experience for me. And there were some tough times too. I mean, it's not always going to be great, but it's going to be really a rewarding experience. It really was. So then after I got out of college, I started teaching at South Milwaukee High School and Middle School. I taught choir, conducted a bunch of concerts. We always had a madrigal dinner each year. And I had my madrigal choir singing on the Channel 4 News. So we got up like super early in the morning and we went over to the studio. We got to sing for everybody. Super fun. Then I was the general music teacher for Lincoln Avenue School in Milwaukee. It was an elementary school. And during that time, I got to conduct the children's choir at the Biennial Music Festival. So MPS puts on this music festival every year where they have like everybody in all the music departments everywhere in the district. And you get to have this just giant concert. We were at the Panther Arena. I think it's still called that. And then after that, I was the general music teacher, orchestra teacher for Franklin. And we had a bunch of school concerts that we performed in. And now, and starting in 2017, so from 2017 to now, I am an elementary orchestra teacher for Racine Unified, and this is where I landed. So this is my 4th year with the district. I previously taught at Knapp, North Park, and Dr. Jones. Oh, that's not right. Knapp, Fratt, and Dr. Jones. And now I teach at Knapp, Fratt, and North Park. Although next year that will change. And in 2019, I was part of the Orchestra Fest. So that event that we all played at, it was really fun. And then in addition to teaching for the school, I also have a studio at the Academy of Performing Arts in Franklin. I teach piano, violin, and voice. And I also accompany at St. Mark's Lutheran Church in Cudahy. I play the piano and the organ, kind of working on it. So I just want to wrap it up just saying, well, so why did I choose music? What gave me that? And I think it's just because music is so amazing. It brings people together. It transforms people. It makes them happy. And I think part of it also was just because of all the wonderful people I met along the way. And that is my journey, my story. I was wondering if anyone had any questions for me. All right, well, I want to say thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thanks to the moderators and the people who set this up and for having me. And yeah, I just hope that everybody has a good day today and that continue to do music because music is amazing. Keep playing your string instruments. All right, thank you.